Welcome to Dave Loves Games. New location, new awesome, new update. But we're here, we're going to be watching one of my PvP rounds. Let's get it started up and going. This is going to be my third or fourth PvP round. But the new update wiped all the save replays. So this one's brand fresh, renew for today. We're starting off as the English versus the Russians 1v1. The start is what you've seen before. Use your scout to go and get the valuable resources so you know where they are. Town center, always building villages, pumping them out straight away. First villager that pops out, build a house. That should hopefully last you until the second age unless you're doing a different kind of strategy. Here I'm going for a men-at-arms and siege rams rush. Though I could probably optimize it a little bit more, get it a little bit faster. But we're learning. We're learning here. Please let me know down in the comments below what you think could assist me. The guy that built the house gets put onto gold mine. I'm also leaving today's camera on what I was doing in game last time because I thought that was going to be real cool so you can see not only what I'm doing but then the thoughts behind it as we do the voiceover now. Cool, so we're making sure we've got sheep. I think the scout's going to come in just a sec to drop off some more sheep. Making sure that town center's always building villages. I wish there was a global queue. I think Age of Empires 2 4K had one. I hope they add that into this, maybe just for the replay so you can see what's being built. Maybe there is one, I haven't found it. Let me know. Cool, so we're finding sheep. The start's hitting there. You're doing the same kind of thing every time, especially if you want that early 5-minute feudal age. Can I put the timer on? No, I can't. Let's see if I can cook. Oh, I can put it on if it's not on cinematic mode. So at a minute and almost 2 minutes of time, we've got 9 villages on food, 2 on gold. So usually what I'm aiming for, I can probably drop it down to 8. I went to 9 this time on food before putting more villages on gold. I can probably do 8 based on the resources I had going up. So 8 on food. The first villager you build goes on gold after building a house. Get up to your 8 on food and then put everything else on gold. What I've found at this point is, especially if you're doing one villager at a time at the end, you will have 400 and 200 resources for the next stage at roughly the same amount of time. So we've got 4 villages on gold now. We should only have the 9 on sheep. We're running out of sheep soon, so we'll need to bring the scout back again. So here we go. We've got 9 villages, 470, 190. We're about to hit it, and then we'll start building the second age building. I put 2 villages on that, and we'll be building the crossbowman building one. I'll see what it says in a second. The council hall. I like this one more than the other one. That's just a personal preference. I like being able to build troops without having to build additional buildings. So the 2 from gold go to build that, and then I bring all of the villages I have on gold over to collect wood because then at arms rush, I'm going to need barracks. I'm going to need a lot of barracks. And for siege rams, I'm going to need a lot of wood. So that's why I did notice this. I have not seen this in a PvP game before. The Russian scout is here killing off my deer. Interesting strat. I kind of like it, especially if you've already found all the things you need. Just let your scout go kill the deer whilst you're waiting for other stuff. Stops the other player from getting resources. I might need to borrow that. But we'll see how we go. So we're at 3 minutes 30. We're a quarter of the way building the second age building. We're running out of sheep. There's 1 left over there. And we've got low wood, low gold. We can see that they've just started their second age building there. And we've got their town center. So we know where we're aiming. We know what we've got to murder in our rush time. So we're just about to hit our population cap. I hit it just as it goes orange. I like that little, just that little UI element of you're not at the pop limit, but you're almost there. So build a house. I like that. Age of Empires 4 has definitely added some cool new features and elements that just make it a nice game to play. I'm loving it. It's quickly going to become, I think, my favorite Age of Empires entry in the series. Let me know what you think about that as well, compared to 1, 2, 3 online DS and all the other ones. What do you think? How does this one stand up to your expectations? What you've played before? So we've got deer, we've got stone, we've got gold, we've got bushes. We know where everything is. We know where they are. I've kind of just sent my scout off into the bottom corner just to maybe suss out a little bit extra stuff. After that, I'm going to move the scout into their side of the map and try to find a secluded point to launch my advanced attack from. But we're almost up to the second age. We've almost got enough wood for a barracks. And I've started putting a few extra villages on gold, knowing that I need it for men-at-arms. You guys can slow down the video and whatnot if you want to see the exact timings and stuff. I don't really have an Excel formulated sheet to go by at this point, but I've just got a feel for it. So, if you want to know, slow down the video, look at the timestamps and how many stuff I've got going on. There's the second age, 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Pretty good. Put the 2 guys that were building that back onto gold, because we need that gold. And now, I grab one of these villages. I'm like, you know what? We're ready. We're ready to advance forward. You need to start walking into their base to build that barracks. All the sheep are done, moving them over to the berries to go get that valuable food. We don't want idle time. I don't know why they just sat there for a second. I'm pretty sure I clicked on a bush. But apparently not, so be careful about that. Make sure your villagers are doing what you think they're doing. Alright, we're in their base. You can kind of see on the mini-map there. Building a barracks up in their base now. Yeah, there we go. Nice and sneaky. Nice in a little secluded corner of the map. I haven't played this map before. Like, the joys of being very new to Age of Empires 4. I haven't played a lot of the maps. I don't know what... I think this was Mountain Spires. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know that meant there'd just be a giant mountainous wall in between both of us. I thought I was gonna have to wall us off from all sides. But apparently not. Apparently I just gotta wall off the little walkways that lead into the base. I need to know that for next time, because I started building a wall at one point, very later on. I didn't finish it, because I kind of realized it was useless. Cool, there's the forward barracks working. I can't build a lumber camp here, just to keep the villager occupied. I don't want them being idle forever. Another barracks back in base, just in case. Just in case. I've seen the forward scout. I'm not sure if I've seen the other forward scout just yet. But I do find out at some point that it looks like they're going horses. So I need that barracks, I need those spearmen. Because if they rush me faster than I can rush them, which is a possibility, I need to be able to defend myself. I got a couple of bowmen there, but I just need resources at this point. I'm at 32 cap, I've got about 30 villages, or 29 villages, and I just need to keep pumping them out. I need more and more resources. I got the wood cutting research here as well, and wheelbarrow. I remember to get wheelbarrow pretty early on in this one. I'll follow that up by horticulture to get that food rate nice and steady, because everyone knows you need a butt ton of food. Always got villagers pumping out in the town center. Always got troops when I can pumping out. I try and keep them minimal because I want my resources to be in stockpile so I can divvy up what I'm building. So I'm not building too much in bulk. It's usually 1 or 2. And that's going for the bowmen, the spearmen, and the men-at-arms further up at the base. Now, I think that one of the next buildings I get once I have enough wood is the blacksmith. I failed here. I always forget that the siege engine's research is in the blacksmith. I should learn this. I should get used to this and then be able to push faster. Because what happens is I build the blacksmith and then I start getting extra research pieces that aren't the siege engine. So my rush on the siege engine is a little bit slow. Would have worked out better for me if I did it quicker? I don't know. Here we go. We got berries. We got farm. I think a second farm's just been built because we need more farm space. I thought that mill would allow me to do all 8 farms, but it did. I think it would be good if they had a UI element over the farm that told you that you couldn't build farms there. I think they do in some parts, but it just missed it there. I couldn't build farms on that steep angle, so I had to build another one. More you know. So we're building up our economy still. Yeah, there's the blacksmith going up. We've got a very small stockpile of troops. Now, our enemy, unbeknownst to me, I think they are building a little bit of troops up, but they are going for a castle age. They hit it much quicker than I. But that doesn't seem to be an issue because of what we're doing. We're still building men-at-arms. We're still making sure our houses are built. Even though you can't build house walls anymore, I'm going for it. I'm trying to build the house wall. It's aesthetic. Okay, it's aesthetic. It looks good. Yeah, so I'm just mining my resources at the moment. I just grabbed this villager off wood and put them on food because I went to build something. I didn't have the food available. I looked at what I had surplus and then took one and put them across. That's kind of how I manage my villages. If I try to build something, I don't have that resource, but I've got surplus of something else. I'm taking away from that surplus and putting it on that resource. So there's another 8 farms up. We've got 18 people on food, 13 on wood, and 4 on gold. I'm neglecting stone at the moment. Because I do get attacked, I think, fairly shortly. And I don't have any walls, I don't have any towers, I've got nothing. I do have troops, though. So maybe walls are overrated early. Question mark? I don't know. What do you guys think of walls? I'm pretty sure I haven't played them yet, but I'm pretty sure is it Mongols can't build walls just like in every other iteration of Age of Empires? I think that scout there. I'm not sure if they're actually trying to find resources or where I thought that they were scouting what troops I were building. Yeah, so they bring in some on the other side. I'm like, oh shit, let's bring all our villagers away. But we got spearmen. It's fine. A couple of them die, but we've got spearmen. We're able to fend it off. And they just run away, because they know they cannot beat. I know the villagers have like a bell button. I need to remember to use it. It's different. This is one of the mechanics that are different between Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires 4. It's like the town bell mechanic. Because I just moved them and grabbed them because I knew the bell doesn't exist anymore, but I forget that the villagers have a auto garrison mechanic. But I meant I had to manually move all my villagers back, which probably wasted time. We don't want to do that. I've got a small army of men-at-arms starting to build up. But this is my blacksmith. I'm still in cinematic mode. I built both of these first range upgrades before I did siege engineering. I was upgrading my men-at-arms before this. I probably should have got this first so I could have started building those siege ramps. They are key to this victory. I'm gonna say it over and over and over again. Build those villages. If you're not building villages, you're losing resources. Get those villages working. Slowly build up some troops. We've got our defensive units up here for when we get attacked. But we're making sure we're building men-at-arms on the attack as well. So there is the enemy castle age. Do not follow this for so long. I need, it's a 1200 food or 1600 food, and you can clearly see I did not have it. There's the first siege ram getting built. This is gonna be a fun time. This is when the fun begins. Need wood, all the wood, and then we are going to build all the rams. I think I end up getting up to 6. I'm just going to speed it up for a little bit because all I'm doing at the moment is the same stuff we've just been going through. I'm building troops, I'm building rams, I'm building my economy up, and that's what we're going to keep on doing. I do get attacked in a second, and we're going to see that come in and how we defend that. I honestly thought it was going to end very poorly for us, but we seem to be able to fend off that first wave. Okay, and then we keep moving forward. The berries have just finished up. I've got a 3rd meal underway, so I'm going to build all those farms up. And for some reason, I don't build the last house. I'm at 190 pop, and instead of building the last house, I send her off to build a wall. If I had known the map, that wall would be in a different place, because I'm trying to like box my little place in, like every other map, but you don't need to on this map, I don't think. You can see on the map there's a little blue dot near my forward base. That's them building the hunting camp. Yep, there we go. I'm like, crap. They can definitely see my other villager. They can definitely see my other villager. It's bad. So I sent my scout up there, like, trying to harass it because I don't want them to see the forward base. I want them to forget that there's a villager there. I don't want them to do anything about it. I'm not here. I am invisible. Don't come looking in this corner. There's no villagers. There's no barracks. There's no men-at-arms. There's definitely no siege rams, okay? So then I send my scout off because I don't want them to come back here to kill the scout. I just got enough resources to go up to the castle age. I see that proc. Grab some people off stone, and then we're going to build the White Tower, I believe it's called. Because I like a castle. I like free castles that don't cost stone. See, I make a mistake that the scout starts heading back this way. Maybe that's what made them attack me to begin with. Maybe I took it too close, and that was my mistake right there. Can I backpedal yet? No, I can't. I wish I could backpedal on the replay. I would have been able to see that. There, we're getting attacked by crossbowmen. I'm not particularly ready for that. I kind of react too slow when a bunch of my gold miners die. So now I'm going to have to occupy some more gold miners from my town center. But now I know they're doing crossbowmen. So I start building stables because I know I need to counter that with some cavalry. Now you can do knights. Not the best option, but it's still better. Like you want horses versus archers, and you're gonna have a great time. You can see there I've got my many battering rams. Many battering rams, but no! They have found me! They have found the advanced base, and they have horses, they have crossbowmen. All I have is men-at-arms. This is horrible. I start adding spearmen onto one of these eventually, and here's my really poor micro. I'm trying to like watch the crossbowmen and the horses. I know they're trying to pull me out so they can get to the battering rams. So I'm trying to keep my men-at-arms as close as I can to the battering rams to save them for as long as I can. I started deploying my defensive troops. You can kind of see them moving on the mini-map. That's my archers and spearmen to come over and deal with this. I'm moving the battering rams out of the way. I'm trying to sneak them off into the bushes whilst I deal with the troops. Because I think I'm lost, right? They have a small army there. I've got like 5 men-at-arms left. I've admitted defeat. But I moved my battering rams out of the way, hoping they did not notice. And it seems to have worked. They got some light cavalry. Let's retreat. Let's retreat. But here come the spearmen. And this is what makes them cry. This is where the very bad micro is, because I've got them I've got the spearmen on an army, so every time I move them, the ones over here are moving as well. I'm trying to keep some spearmen in the front line to help knock down the crossbowmen while my archers are there. But I also want to keep these knights over here away from my bowmen. So I've kind of got them split up at this point, trying to get them to make sure that army's not converging onto my archers. They did bait me closer into their city, but I think I caught it just in time to like back off a little bit. I spent a bit too long looking at my economy here and let that army kind of dwindle. So that's kind of in trouble. But my battering rams have gone in unseen. The stealth operation has started, going straight for the town center. 7 battering rams, it's 6 or 7, and we're going in strong. They apparently don't notice. All their troops are still attacking me on the ridge, and they don't notice this small militia of battering rams attacking their landmark. There it goes down. That's 1 out of 3. But unfortunately, they've got some springalds, which were really good at countering that, at least for a little bit. So I don't get the second one. I almost do. But that's it. They're in there by themselves. We know they're gonna die. And I'm like, cool. We have to regroup. More troops, stronger troops, faster, better, all the things. So we get some more upgrades. I build a bunch more military buildings, so that's more barracks. I start on the stables and I get an additional archery range just so I can build the multiple of troops to counter what I know they're building. We get ready to complete our assault. So they didn't kill the last barracks in the ford. I thought it was lost, but I found out whilst looking at the minimap that it wasn't. So that opened up the opportunity for me to make more spearmen and more battering rams. I think this was the biggest mistake of the enemy. They would have known I still had that building on that minimap. They should have destroyed it. I know that I was putting a lot of pressure on that ridge, but they neglected to pay attention that that building was still there. Well, kind of. I think they slowly, they got a trebuchet there, but I was too late. I'd already started building troops. I'd already started getting the extra battering rams, which meant I didn't have to carry them from the ridge, and I could take the battering rams in behind again. Here we were attacking from the front. I got horses and spearmen. Here my microgram's a little bit better. I'm trying to keep the troops countering what they need to counter, whilst keeping everything at bay. I'm taking it nice and slow, retreating, and then coming back in. I've got some knights coming in now for those crossbowmen, and a bunch more spearmen to protect them. They don't have a lot of horses at this point, but the spearmen protect my archers just with their bodies. I'm going to quickly pause and put it back onto free camera just so we can stay focused on the battle here at hand. So we've got the archers and the spearmen going here. I got the knights knocking down the crossbowmen. Knights being armored probably wasn't the best choice, but horses versus archers are better than nothing. So here's some more knights. The battering rams have made it in. Both of them are here. They're knocking down the first landmark. And I think that's the end of their troops pretty much. We've knocked down a couple of their military buildings here at the ford. And they don't seem to have any troops defending themselves, which is quite a good time right here. They do surrender before I'm able to kill all their landmarks. But what can I learn from this one? What can you guys learn from this one? Remember to build siege engineering first. Forward advances are good. Remember your counter units. Like cavalry versus crossbowmen instead of knights. I probably could have built some actual siege, but they would have been very slow. I was going for a very rushful tactic, but they could have helped. They could have helped. The better you can micromanage your army and protecting each other and attacking the specific units they're good against, also very good. I think this round is just about to drop. Yeah, we've got 30 seconds on the clock. We've got one ram alive still. It's actually about to die, so I would have to stop and build another battering ram to do significant damage to this. It is going there. I was kind of expecting more resistance, so yeah, they're still building troops. But I think they give up. They realize that I've got too many troops coming in. My economy is still strong, even though I'm watching too many idols. And we get a W. I hope you enjoyed this replay. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe for more content. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!